He's one of my favorite dancers, and in choreo, he's a very beautiful dancer on stage, and he keep choreographing and create his work without government support in Thailand. So it's not easy; it's very hard. He keeps going and continuing his creation. And today, this time, we invite 3 artists for our Artists in Focus in i-Dance Festival. One is Pichet, because I really respect her. I like his work. And the second one is Hui. She just arrived today. And also, if you know about Hong Kong situation, Helen Lai is one of the most important figure of contemporary dance in Hong Kong. So Helen is also our artist. So I will leave it to Pichet because I'm not going to tell too much because I really don't understand the Thai culture or Thai dance at all. And probably it's good to have Pichet to tell us some more about his creation, his work, and how he deconstructs clone dance, Thai dance, and how did he merge all this material into his creations. So let's welcome Pichet. Thank you. 要翻译的话，我要叫 pair. If someone needs translation in 普通话 maybe sit close to either Pierre or you, right? 这样可以帮他们翻译是吧？哦，对，家人可以吗？好，那我说分2批吧。如果要直接翻译的话，就Pierre帮我们翻译跟佳云，对，好吧。Okay, I'm just going to tell them the David translation sit close to Pierre and also Miss Zhang. Yes. Okay, we can start anytime.
Good evening. Today, anybody wants to just translate? Can you translate? We can come close together.
Yes. I think they are okay, right? Yeah.
Okay, I will go slowly and step by step about my work. Before I go to continue connection my work, I would like to give you about the information about me and my journey from the beginning when I studied coding. Is very unusual and strange situation when I started. Okay. In Thailand, we have a national school of dance. It's a school for traditional dance performance. Okay. It's a dance and theater performance. All the dancers finished and graduate from that school. It's 100%. In that time, I studied physics and sciences in high school. Yeah. And by accident, I met a master from National School of Dance. And I asked him, and then followed him to his house and studied. This is unusual. After I finished high school, and then I entrance, and then I studied dance at the university. That is mean I didn't go to the National School of Dance at all. But I study with my master at home. Yeah. From 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. It's continued. Yeah.
How many years?
Until he passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, it's keep continuing.
How many days per week?
The first year just 2 days a week, and then later it's like when I have time I go and study. Yeah. This is the unusual way of my training and learning from the classical training. I have a big problem with the National School of Dance because they are not accept me into a part of their own school because I didn't go to study. I'm just only with my master, but my master is a teacher from national school dance. Yeah. And then I go to the university, study dance at the university, and the second year at the university, I changed my mind. I went to the theater department and studied Western play. It's a Western theater. But during the same time, I continued study Thai classical dance too, and the Western play. Yeah. And then when I finished from the university, I'm looking for a job. Yeah. And then no place and no theater in Bangkok. Okay, we don't have a dance company. We don't have a dance festival. We don't have a contemporary work. It's nothing in Bangkok. Because of the governments and the Thai society, they are very conservative and support traditional performance. Because the dance I learned we call Khon's performance. Khon's performance is a dance wearing a mask and very heavy costume. And the performance to support and telling the story about the king. Just only one story.
What's the message of the only one story?
They represent the king. Okay, the message is the original story is from India. Because in the past, Thai country is not a Buddhist. We are proud. Yeah, we are take part of Indian religion. And then around 700 years, we changed into Buddhist. In that time, before 700 years, we used the idea from India about Rama is a god of Indian god. And we believe the king, is Thai king, is a part of the Rama, the god of India. Yeah. That's why we use the story from India and then we change something inside to represent the king is not a human. The king is a god and reborn to the king. Yeah. And the performance is to represent the king because in that time, 200 years, 300 years, is no television, no newspaper, no information. The performance is only one information to give a power to the king and then show it to the people. Yeah. Okay. We use only one story. We call Ramakian. This is in Thai name. We call Ramakian. Ramakian is a book. It's a story. When we make a performance, we change the name. Become Khon's performance. Khon. Yeah. A book and performance. It's the same story but different name. Yeah, same story but different name. The most difficult about the traditional Khon's performance and the most interesting is you cannot change anything. Music, choreography, training, blah blah blah. The big problem is you can't perform alone because it's a story is huge. Yes, you maybe use 20. Yeah, and we have the production. This is one production mixed by the Queen. 200 dancers. It's 200 dancers. Yeah, it's 200. This is just only dancer, and we have orchestra. Yeah, and blah blah blah, about 300 or 400. You know. Yeah. This is a big problem, but I studied. But I learned code, and then at the university I learned code too. When I finished from the university, I cannot find a job because I cannot do it alone. I need a group. And in the last 30 years, code is changed from the represent the king is not to represent the king anymore. Codes become a part of a tourism. Yeah, yeah, to support a tourism and support a government to represent the country. That. And Cone's performance is become an event. It's not an art and dance in the theater anymore. When I finished from the university, I tried to find a job and then I failed. I cannot because I don't want to dance in the restaurant. I don't want to dance for the tourists. And then I said no for that. I changed my mind to become professor at the university. Yeah, for 5 years. And then I said no, this is not what I want. I want to become a dancer. I want to dance. And then I quit a job. And I'm just thinking about how can I create my own work and survive. I started to question my tradition seriously. Yeah. I'm questioning the tradition. This is impossible. When you start to question the tradition, it's impossible. Yeah. The traditional way is to accept and follow the master. Accept and follow the master. Yeah. I question my tradition. My first question is, what is Cone's performance is? What is the necessary for dance? Yeah. And then I found the costume, the music, set design is not a part of Cone's performance. It's not a part of that. That is, I call the decorative for art. And I got one idea about the memory of tradition and the learning about the tradition. Yeah, I think 16 years of learning from my master. All the time, I just follow the master and remember everything what he gave, what he taught. That is not mine. That is a master. It's the knowledge from master. It's not the knowledge from me. That is not a knowledge. That is the memory. It's a memory. Another question is, and how can I have my own memory? It's not memory from the master. I need my own memory. I start to learn, go back to the beginning again, and forget everything about my master teach me. Okay, forget him, and don't believe what he taught. Yeah, and start in my own way. This is unusual. This is very bad student. If you are from tradition, you are so bad. If you think about it this way, don't believe in your master. You are very, very bad. Yeah. And then I start to think different. And then I learned about the tradition by myself. Yeah. The question is, what is my movement? What is the code movement is? I take for many years to understand all the vocabulary. We have a vocabulary when we learn. We have a vocabulary, many movements. Yeah, from here, from there. I just take for a year, try to understand how many functions do I have. Yeah, and then I found the concept of cone technique from this. Okay, yeah, this is a basic of the first position. Yeah, and then I found the structure. We have a circle, round, triangle, and square. Oh, how can I pause it?
因为你包早。
No, I cannot pause it.
Tap the video.
It's no. Oh, okay. Yes, right.
And you tap again.
Yeah. Okay, I show you. Yeah, we have a square on the floor. There. The square on the floor, that is the basic of leg movement. Yeah. All the time, every time when we move by the square. Yes. And we have a triangle. The triangle is connected to the energy in the body. And the circle, the big circle is a position, and small circle is a movement. Yeah. But for the small one, it have many places. I show you just it's only one, but they have many where around your body. Yeah. And this is the basic what I found from the basic of code. From the vocabulary, in 40-minute training in the vocabulary, I got this. I try to talk about this idea. Okay, this is never happened before in Thailand. I talked with the professor from the university and with the people a lot. They shout me. And they say, Pichet, this is your own, it's not a tradition. We don't believe in this. Yeah. Keep your knowledge for yourself. Yeah. And then I say, okay, I don't mind, yes. Take your time, and I take my time too. One day, you will believe in this. And you see the white one, is the energy. Yeah, that is the energy. And then I want to prove my idea from the first, my research, my creation, I create one production from this concept. Yeah. And this production is very related to the traditional production. I use the concept from the tradition, from Kohn's performance, the concept about good and bad, and war and fight. But I change the main character, female character, and fight with the male character. Yeah. To create a concept of balance. You don't have sound?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the production I create after I found the knowledge and then all the idea. I work with Chinese musicians, Bunan. She's played Gucci. In the traditional performance, the costume is many colors, all the colors, and then I change to one and two colors, black and white, and all the dancer nearly naked, but the idea is naked. But in Thailand,
No.
in costume, in China too,
Hong Kong can.
but just only this, yeah,
Hong Kong can.
can. No, yeah, because you poster in here.
No problem, you can do now.
Yeah.
那个人是
Yeah.
其实真的。
Okay. This production we premiere in Singapore, and we take 2 years before we bring it back to Bangkok, because people in Bangkok they say no for the production. We take for 2 years.
Was the naked was the only problem?
The naked is problem, and the costume is problem too. Yeah, and the mask. And the story is the problem too, because the original story, the king is win, and for this story, the female is win, because in that time we have the prime minister is a woman. It's a politics behind, but I keep shut up myself. Yeah, but people know. Yes, alphabet. The kid talking and talking.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yes. When I present this production in China, a lot of people from China ask this, why you push this into the performance? Yeah, because of the kid, like the kid talking and talking. Because this production, I'm not talking about the war. I'm talking about the balance in between good and bad. I believe good and bad is make a balance in the world. And when the kids talking, they are do like a sound. They make it's like they are fight. They are do this. They connect the sound makes a balance. When they are talking, they are in the classroom. This is the idea why we use that into the performance. Yeah. Okay, we have problem with this production in Bangkok because this is the first production in Bangkok to do the contemporary and for the Koan technique and nearly naked in the body. This is not allowed for the traditional Koan dancer. We took for 2 years to bring it back to Bangkok. Yeah. And then when we start to promote this production, a lot of people from National School of Dance, they do on Facebook, they just go and then they want to chow Pichet and then Pichet is very bad. Let them go to the country, blah blah blah. They just start to do this. And yes, and then I write the message back. Please welcome to see the performance. Please, I give you a free ticket. I want you to see. Please come to see the performance. Yeah. And they never come. Yeah, they talk but they don't. Yeah. Okay. That is one of my research. In fact, the first research I focused into character is a giant and monkey. The giants and monkey, they use the same vocabulary. Yeah, the movement, they use the same movement. And we have another type of dance, it's a male and female. Male and female is different training. And then I do it again. What is the female dance and male dance? Yeah. And then we work on this. This is the traditional costume. Yeah, this is a male dance. You see? Headset, costume, and then this. Okay, I play this. This is all the movement. Yeah. 60 position. 60. Yes, 60.
60.
Yes, 60. Yeah. 60 position. And again, what is this? What is this position? How can I use it into the contemporary technique? Yeah. And then I take for many. And this is more than 2 years. Yeah, to have this one. Oh God, but I want to skip the knot. Okay. Yes. Okay. And then I found this. I found this. Okay. Look at this. This is the first position. Yeah. This is the first position, and then I wrote all the knowledge inside the body. How many functions do you learn when you start from the first position? Yeah. How is the energy from here, and you connect to energy, and you connect this to the floor, and then all from the floor connect to your body, and how to connect the direction to the ground, to the left, to the right. Yeah, so many things happen with this. Yes, and this is from 60 position is become like this. It's struggle. Yeah, in this. It's a drawing. From the position become a drawing. This I make this for the exhibition. Yeah, I just finished 4 days ago. Yeah, in the Contemporary Museum. It's 60 position. It's huge, a lot. It's the same problem. People don't believe in it. People say, no, we don't understand. We cannot read this. I say, yes, of course. You cannot read it because you don't understand it from the beginning. This is the first time. This is the first time people try to deconstruct and analyze and realize what inside the body of Thai classical dance into this kind of idea. And the same
Where
when
did you
I
have to, sorry, where
Yeah.
did you have the exhibition?
Where?
Where and where?
Okay, I have the first I have in Singapore, and the second this month in Bangkok, and next year in Taiwan. Yeah.
When in Beijing?
I'm waiting for. Yeah. Yes, and then this is just two, and we have more. A lot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is the last. From the first until the last, it's become very abstract. Yeah. This is the point in the body. Just one point. Yeah. I will give this idea tomorrow for a workshop. Yeah.
So come for the workshop.
Yeah.
聽日嘅工作。
Again, after I found this, I create one production. Yeah, I create one production, just only point in the body. Yeah. Yes.
So your company stands for
My dancer.
Wow.
Yes, this is from the last image, the last picture I showed you. Because we're just looking for the point everywhere in the body and then outside the body, and then we connect the body to the point. We just do this very simple. Yeah, and then create the body connection with the point. Yeah, that is from the idea.
Where was that?
This is 2-3 years ago. Yeah. At the same time, people don't understand what am I doing. It's all the time. It's just question about what am I doing. I just tell them this is from the traditional idea. They don't believe in it. Yeah. I said this is from the tradition. They said no, this is not a tradition, because the tradition for them is this. This, and this tradition. Without this and this, not at all.
All your dancers there, they have the classical training?
For them, yeah, one is ballet.
This girl?
Yes, this girl is from ballet dancer. Yeah.
This one is very contemporary.
The fast one.
The girl?
She's very contemporary style.
The right side.
The girl.
This one?
Yeah.
You know, she is very traditional. This is a ballet dancer, and for this girl, she is from traditional dance. It's very beautiful, and now she do is very contemporary, because that's why we develop the old technique into the traditions. Yeah, you see her one day because wow, it's better than.
She got the skirt?
Yes. Yeah, she got ACC next year.
Next year.
Yeah, next year to go to New York. She's wow. I think she'll be better than me in the future. I believe in. Yeah. This is another work. Finished. Yes. Okay. I show you. This is just only two of my work, but we have another of my work. All of my work is from the question of the tradition and to find the way to survive. After 10 years, before I work, I do the solo, and then after that, I create a group, and then create a company, and now we own theater in Bangkok, because we want to communicate, and we want to deal with the Thai society and the Thai audience. This is the information I would like to share with you. Yeah, it's a lot of question of tradition. I love the tradition very much, but in another idea, I hate it. Yeah, I love it and I hate it at the same time. I believe in my master. I keep continue practice the basic what he gives me every day until now, every day if I can. Yeah. And in another idea, I destroy and reconstruct everything what he gives. Yeah. To find my own tradition, to find my own way to go. Yeah. The company now we have 5 dancers, and one work for the office. Next month we will finish the new theater in Bangkok. 15 years my work without any support from the government. Yeah. Because the governments, they don't think this is a part of the Thai culture. Yeah. I think from me, I'm not upset, I'm not get sad from the government. I feel nothing. Yeah. I believe in one day they will understand what am I doing. Yeah. From the last 15 years, my first solo, I don't have any audience. I have 3 audience in my first solo.
Which one?
I am a demon. Yes, the first solo, I have 3 audience. And from now, we have more and more audience. More into the young generation. Yes. Okay, this is what I want to share tonight. Okay, we only have first 3 audience in the beginning.
Yeah.
What makes you to continue? What will be to continue?
Because he's very interesting. He insisting.
Yeah.
He keep asking questions. He keep constructing
Yeah.
his culture. He don't just follow, but he question a lot and he keep going and do research a lot.
Yeah.
Construct.
Yeah.
What makes you so confident about continuing? Because the first performance only have 3 albums.
Okay, this is a very good question, and the answer is why you are dancing. It's a very basic. Why you are dancing? You dance because you need money. You dance because you want to become a superstar. You dance because of your what? I dance because I'm happy and I'm freedom. That's why I love it. I don't want anything. I don't need anything from the beginning. I'm just dance and happy. That's it. And then when I found something very interesting, okay, I create work and I share to the audience. I don't have respect for full house, 100 of audience or whatever. I'm just sharing enough. Yeah. The second step, when I create my work, and then after that, I have my own dancer. I'm very enjoy and happy to teach them. That's enough. Every day, they come to studio, and then I give them what I know, and then I change their body, I change their mind, and then we share. That's it. And then the next step, we talk, and then we have a small group, and then okay, how we can give the idea we are Korea into the Thai society. Okay, practice and practice and practice and practice, and then send the information to the Thai society, and then we don't care. The people say yes or say no, we just send the information. Yeah. And the next step, how we can have our own space, and then we can invite the audience to see our work. I'll just go step by step. It's very simple, and then we don't expect any. The show must go on. He played Let's Dance, yeah, from the David Bowie song, and people dance like this.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah. And then, okay, Jerome, why are you doing this? Jerome said, this is my society. My work is represent my society. All people in my society dancing like this. It's not like you like this. I want to make an equal in between performer and the dancer. Everyone can do it. Because my country is a democracy. And then I asked Jerome, okay, I agree with you. Everyone can dance like a David Bowie dance. If the audience, they can do it, why they pay for ticket?
That's a good question.
Yes. Why they buy a ticket to see you? He took for 1 year to answer. Yeah.
And what is it?
And then one day he said, okay, I have answer. Okay, I tell you about a concept about money and art in the contemporary performance. Yeah. Okay, should you know the contemporary performance, you are not buying performance. You bet. You bet. You don't buy, you bet. Yeah, and then he said we have 3 groups. The first is the government. The government, when they give the money for the contemporary work, they don't know what they will get from the artist. Because the contemporary work is a new creation. And the second group is the artist. When the artist, the contemporary artist, create the contemporary work, they don't know what they will do. If they know they do, they are not contemporary artists. You become a classical artist because you know everything already. Yeah. And the third group is an audience. when you become a contemporary audience, when you buy a ticket, you will not buy a ticket, you bet. Because you never know what you will see in the theater. It's different from the traditional performance. When you see swan leg, you buy a ticket, you will see the swan, you will see the leg, you will see the dancer die at the end. It's not about the money, Pichet, about experience. Yeah.
That's why people go to Macau.
Yeah. Yes,
That's why people go for football.
For football.
You bet.
Yes,
Because you don't know the result. So many people go for football and that's interesting.
Yes.
It's very good.
Yeah, you never know. But some people like it, but some people don't like it. But a lot of people, they want to know what they pay for.
Well, what about Thailand people? They like bet.
No.
They don't like bet.
Yeah.
How come to?
Yeah.
But they go to Macau.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much people attend contemporary dance in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
How is the situation in Thailand then? If they don't like to bet, they go to church. Go to temple. They go to traditional.
Yeah, they go to the traditional dance.
But the traditional dance now is only for tourists.
For tourists, yeah.
But then what about the local people then?
No, I think when we're talking about the theatre performance in Thailand, if we are talking more specific about dance, it becomes zero. Yeah, the theatre is much more interesting for Thai people. For them, it's very nothing.
You mean the theatre, mainly the drama?
Yeah, the Western play and the Thai stories. Yeah.
But dance
Less and very less for dance performance.
Is there any special reason why people don't attend dance?
Okay, we don't have a dance culture. I show you this is not dance. This is a culture. Khon performance is culture. It's not dance. In the Thai people mindset, this is not dance performance. This is a culture performance. Yeah, for represent the royalty, the king. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. But I remember this one sentence that you mentioned about you were dancing not just yourself, but you were talking with the culture. Right?
Yeah.
Could you briefly tell us why you had to say this about talking with you with the culture? Right? So you also carry your culture as part of Thailand because you've been learning all this culture of tone dance that is in your body. And now you try to deconstruct and build up your own training. Can you briefly tell us a bit more why you mentioned about like culture and then you're talking with people with the culture but not yourself
Okay, I'm talking about this because of something very confusing. You know how many dance departments we have in Bangkok, in Thailand? We have a lot of dance departments.
What do you mean dance company?
No, dance department is from the university.
Okay, university dance department.
Yes.
How many?
It's more than 20. Okay, more than 20 dance department, but we don't have company. It's funny, right? No dance company. Yes, no dance company. Even the traditional too.
They have not national dance company.
They have one. Yeah, they have one, but it's not exactly national dance company. It's all of them is a professor from the university. Okay, when I'm talking about this idea, all the people from outside from Bangkok don't understand what I'm talking about. It's very complicated to give you the idea. We have more 20 dance departments, ballet departments, traditional Thai departments, We have a lot. And we have the professor, a doctor from dance, but no dance company, no production, no book of dance.
What about books about traditions?
A book about the tradition is a copy. Yeah, the original two books, and then they start to copy, and then they change to another idea.
I mean, there is no research.
Yeah, no research.
No
It's very nothing. It's very nothing. This is, I don't know how to tell about this idea, and that's why I try to change the Thai society and the audience about Khon's performance or traditional performance is a part of dance too. It's not a traditional, it's not a tradition, it's a dance too. And that's why I create a work to give idea to my own career. If I'm not a professor, I'm a dancer. I can spend money, I can live, I can take care of my life by dance. This is never happened. That's why I keep communicate and deal with the Thai society about this for many years.
Okay, I saw how you deconstruct it, but we never had an experience on how you develop it. Because once you deconstruct something, you need to build up something yourself.
Yeah.
What is your situation now? How did you already start building up something for your own training or your company? What kind of training?
What kind of training? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we start from the training first. The training, we have two basic of training. One is we keep to do the traditional vocabulary. And the second, I create my own basic training from what I learned, what I research, from a new technique. This is, we have two ideas from the dancer. Give to my dancer.
You also mentioned about last time, like this time, Thai, and dance with that. You talk about improvisation.
Yes.
Why did you put improvisation into your creation and your training?
The traditional dancer, the biggest problem for the traditional dancer is me too, we don't know what improvisation is. Yeah, because we learn from the vocabulary and we use the traditional vocabulary and then we combine differently to create the performance. I think this is a big problem for the traditional dancer when they are on stage. They are not free. Their body not free, their mind not free. That's why I create the Thamkai for the traditional body and traditional dancer to let them free on stage. They can think, they can dance, they can create, they can be on stage with their own personal life. Yeah.
So, what about your work? I mean, you in different period, you have different question and you develop different work.
Yeah.
Can you tell me your inspiration?
I think my inspiration came from my age.
Age.
Yeah. When you're younger, you are more focused in the body and the energy and the physical movements.
Okay.
Yeah. When you get a little bit older, you start to use your brain more of question and then, yeah. And right now, I'm focusing more on my soul. Yeah, something deeply inside.
How do you share?
Do I share?
So it's somehow okay, beautiful, but very abstract.
Okay, very abstract. Yes. Now the practice of mine,
Yeah.
I separate. I try to understand and separate my thinking, my body, my emotion, my feeling, my soul, my brain, separate. together. And I separate myself to out and then observe myself.
Like I'm doing meditation.
Okay, you can say meditation, but I'm not doing meditation. I observe myself. Yeah.
We have to live up to what people certain men do.
No, it's easy. It's easy, not too difficult. It's very easy and very simple. Yeah, when you understand it, it's become a part of your daily life. You just separate yourself and your brain and your mind and your body.
It's about in a lot of dance training. We have to do coordination, separation of all. But the separation from your brain and your mind and your body.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's to become observer.
Okay.
You observe yourself. You observe. You count and then you observe.
How do you prepare that? How do you train yourself to do
The
that?
first I start from the practice first. Do a repetition, repeat in one movement, take long.
Okay.
1 hour, 2 hours, repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And then when you take longer and longer, your body becomes automatically, mechanical. And then when your bodies become automatic, you can separate and then you just watch, observe. This is the basic. It's very basic. Yeah, but take time, take long.
So you do every day.
It depends. If I have space, I do with my body. If I don't have space, I do meditate.
Wow, it's interesting to hear all of this. I think it's very inspiring. And I would like to also tell you, Pichet also a very beautiful designer. Good designer. All the costume that you saw is his own design, right?
Yeah.
The black and white.
Yes.
And most of the costume setting are your own design. It's not just design for the movement and the dance, but he also designed everything.
Because I don't have much money to
Teach other people.
right. That's why I force myself to do it.
Everything yourself.
Yeah.
But the costume that you saw, like the black and white, is very beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had multi-talent.
Right.
It's a multi-talent artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my last work about the set design, I really like it very much. It's a set design it's like a circle. This is represent a soul. All the design is very different shape, different height and different low. Number one, because this is represent your soul. Yeah, your emotion. Because your emotion, your feelings, never one level. Your shapes to move all the time like this. And the set, when I create this set, it's like you are stay in between up and down. Yeah, we call limbo. You know limbo? The limbo. The place is no time. The place is no space. You can recognize where is this, what time is it. It is a limbo. Yeah. In the sciences they call limbo. Yeah, the scientists call limbo. But in the Buddhist concept, this is the place after you die, and then you stay in this area. Yeah. It's a limbo.
Yeah. So is that the topic that you're going to investigate?
Yeah.
So what is your coming plan? I heard about you going to do one.
Yeah.
Will you tell them a bit more? Because I talked to him yesterday. He had some other planning. What is your company planning and your interest coming?
Okay.
Yeah. Interested in.
Okay. I tell you, it's a 1 year planning of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I tell you, great job is a bit serious. It's no money. But we planned it already. But it's no money. Because I believe when you plan and you work and you believe the money will come. I believe in it. Yeah. Okay, you back. Yeah. He's a contemporary pattern. Yeah. The first, because my theater we finish next month, and the first we plan to do 9 months performance. Yeah, 1 month for one performance for the Thai local community. We invite the artists, the traditional artists from north, from east, from west, from south, from folk dance, from the whatever, for night production. This is we give for the community to come and see the performance, because I want the family bring the kids and see the performance. And I plan to have 2 production, international production. One is the gala, the new work of Jerome, the gala. And the second one I call one-to-one. I would like to invite 5 choreographers, and I invite 5 people from Thai community, Thai society, not dance, just like a policeman or farmer or doctor or official, to work with the choreographer and on stage together. The idea is one day, yes, one song, one light, and on stage.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. For 5 choreographers and 5 people work together one day and then on stage. Yeah. Victor is one of. He just talked to me. Yeah, this is.
We're looking for.
Is that happen next year?
Next year, yeah. The idea to bring the traditional audience and contemporary audience in the same space. Yeah, because in Thailand we have a theater for the traditional and we have some theater for the small contemporary. I would like to put 2 audience in one space. Yeah.
I think maybe let's open up the space to each other if you have question for Pichet. Anyone would like to ask him some questions? Just arrived. Musician. 大可。有没有问题吗？想问他的东西，关于生活，关于他的舞蹈，关于他的。
Okay. I give you one idea how a company can survive.
Yeah.
I have one idea. Okay. I have a good
History. I
Yeah.
want to learn too.
I have a good friend. I have a good friend. Yeah. I have many good friends in Singapore. Yeah. It's like ACC. Yeah. It's ACC support. Yeah. It's support. Last year I got Johnny Rockefeller Award. Yeah, Rockefeller Award. All the money from that is make a theater. Yeah. And it's my theater is everything is given from by some audience. I know one businessman. He came to see my work, and he liked my work very much. He has a company for the fashion design, and he know I make a theater, and he asked me, Pichet, what do you want? For me, I can help you. I say, I need a chair for the audience. Chair. Yeah. Yeah. And then, okay, I give you 100 chair. Yeah, then he give me for free. Like this. Yeah.
Instead of money, they give you
Something what I need. Yeah. Yeah. Because or sometimes when the first when we have a land, the land is very empty. There's nothing in the land. It's not big, but it's empty. And put on Facebook. Okay, now the company we have a land, but no tree. Anybody have a tree? Please send me. And they send the tree. And then we party. Now it's become big. Yeah. I don't know, this is the way what I deal with the people. Because I want my company and my theater is become a part of them. So they build it with us, with me. Yes.
This is very good idea to share. Even though you don't have money, you can think about it.
Have you ever get stuck when you're maybe when you have an idea, you're trying to execute it? Have you ever got stuck and you feel you don't know where you're going or you don't know what you're doing? And have you ever experienced that? And if so, how would you keep going, or how would you move on?
That's tough. Don't know where to go. Don't know what to do.
Or you always know what you're
No, because I don't want to go anywhere. If you want to go somewhere, you will get stuck. No, I don't want to go anywhere. I just stay in my studio and practice. I have only one set in my mind. I don't have anything more than this. And then I practice, and something came. This is very interesting. It's new. Okay, what is this? And then I develop this. That's it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you already think of where I should go.
I don't know because I have one experience. One people came to my studio. She's a filmmaker. Yeah. And she needs some inspiration, and she came and she talked to me. Pichet, I want to talk with you about my work because I'm a filmmaker and I want to make a film. And then I said, what is your plan? What your dream? What your hope? I want to send my film to Cannes Festival. To Cannes Festival. Yeah. And then I say, okay, you are wrong. You are wrong. You don't know anything. And you want to go to Cannes Festival for what? My question is for what? For the award. For what? It doesn't matter for award. Award give you something? No. What do you want? What do you like? I want to make a film. Please make a film. Make a film. That's it. Yeah. Enough for me. Yeah.
This is the basic.
It's a basic. Yeah. It's a basic. Your life is basic. It's a breathing. It's a breathing. This is your life. It's basic. When you're born, you breathe. When you die, you stop breathing. It's basic.
Yes. Thank you. Very simple. Go back to very basic question, but this is essential. Yeah, we always forgotten the basic, and then we go to think too far away, and we have a lot of ideas, but it's not always that to be
The basic.
Yeah, thank you, Pichet, for sharing something important, but we always forgotten. Okay, but don't forget his performance. He will have performance and 3 days of. He will have a workshop tomorrow night. Guys, with your work, 讲座.
There's a talk tomorrow and then there's a workshop tomorrow too.
We have to make decision whether go to one way or
明天的讲座在这里，
Oh my God.
然后他的 workshop 在明天晚上，对，明天晚上。Then we cancel the. We just go to workshop. We can invite the audience to join the workshop.
And don't worry. He will have 3 days of Tam Kai workshop. 3 full days. 3场间.
We go. I have time. 那17号他们表演了。
And then we have the performance of the 17th,
17th and 18th.
as well.
Yeah.
You attend the performance and exchange. And also there are many more coming. And Pichet's performance on the 22nd. 22nd. Yeah, maybe some of you will stay behind for this performance. I think it's very inspiring, and thank you Pichet again for such a beautiful sharing. And we're looking forward to your workshop and performance.
Workshop is tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow
night.
night. Same time with the same time with the
Yeah, I will do one thing. I have a suggestion. We do the workshop.
Some people already applied to come to the talk.
Yeah.
We need. Yeah. Okay.
She don't want to talk.
They want to do.
Well, but
I want
thank
to
you.
take teachers workshop.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's do just one thing and get people together.
你可以讲完之后把大家带过去。
Question? Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
You have mentioned about to separate and observe the self, and because we always talk about the mind and body connection in contemporary dance. To you, what's the difference between emotion, feelings, body going together and to separate and observe? How do you feel these two kind of states?
How do I feel? How do I separate it?
And how do you, to you, what's the difference between these two states? Like you go together, like feelings, body, and the other one is to separate, like as you mentioned.
Right. Okay. When you go together, when you go together, with your brain, your mind, and your body, when you go together, you are you have a limit when you go together. You have a limit of creation. You have a limit to understand the nature of life. When you separate yourself with your brain and your emotion, you will see something. You will see something you never feel, you never see it before. Because your emotion and your feeling is a lot of many functions. Yeah, it's many things. If you go with your emotion, you will feel one thing. Angry? Can you angry? No. If you separate, I give you example about the color. For example, when you separate yourself with one of your emotion, for example, love. You love. This is an example. You love like a pink color. When you stay with your love emotion, you think your love is pink. No. When you separate, you will see the pink is pink and then less and less and less and less and less and less and less. It's become less until what? You see more details. And the most interesting is when you separate yourself with your body. When you're on stage and you're very tired. Yeah, when the dancer go on stage and they're very tired. When you separate, you're never tired. Because tired is one thing. Yourself is one thing. Yeah, it's like a cup and water. Yeah, it's like a cup and water. When you look at when you take a cup, you don't take a water. The water is still inside you. Yeah, when you separate like this, when I separate, I see cup and I see a water, and I don't need to hold the cup and water. I just observe a cup and a water. Like this. And then I can take longer and longer and longer to understand the cup. Even a cup and water don't move anywhere. But in fact, a water and cup have something happen all the time. Yeah. Okay, it's more abstract. This is more abstract. Yeah. Yeah.
You can do it through practice.
Yeah. You can do it to practice.
And then you have to really practice to achieve this situation. It's not just about talking to understand this kind of abstract things.
Because the problem is when you become a dancer, you take longer and longer and longer. Your body and your technique is become automatic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then you jump. 1, 2, 3, and then you jump. Yeah. Because it's automatic. When you practice to separate yourself, and you will know 1, 2, and then you can stop, or you can change, or you can develop, or you can do something else. More than 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The piece I create, Tamkai, is because of I'm very boring of dance when I see dance on stage. I know the movement before the movement starts because I'm a dancer. When you start to run, I know exactly you will jump. When you do the position, I know exactly you will turn. And then I just, okay, how can I stop this idea? Yeah, because I know movement before the movement starts. It's too boring. Yeah.
You will have 3 days to experience Pichet. Are you with me? You treasure these 3 days. Yeah. Okay.
Are you in the part of my work?
Yeah.
Good. You understand more. Yeah. Or you get confused more. Yeah. Yeah. Understand or confused. Yeah. And you get more confusing. I don't know what is this guy talking about. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. I take from 1 year or 2 years to understand myself too.
I'm sure you enjoy, but I'm not sure whether you will allow her to perform.
Why not? Okay. No. Everybody can do in Tamkai.
Okay.
Yeah. It's non-dancer is good. It's for this me.
Like me?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah. Non-dancer is good because you create something unusual for that dancer. That is mean you create a new language.
It's a shame that I need to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
We need to do.
Just clear all the floor.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. We'll see each other in this 2 weeks' time, and he will be staying until next Wednesday. So it will be 10 days. So you can keep seeing each other and talk to each other.